Okay. Good evening, ma'am. I hope you're doing great. First of all, I'd like you to tell us a little bit about your journey and how you got into freelancing in the legal field, as well as a little introduction about you as a person as well.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. And before introducing myself, I would like to thank you and Shivanshu sir for providing me this opportunity. I'm very grateful to speak with everyone on this on your platform and on this topic. So yeah, I'm Priyanka Mandhani. I'm a qualified company secretary, and I have also done LLB. So I'm from India, but currently I'm based in Germany. So and my journey into freelancing, it was my passion from before to to be able to work in law and for corporate law specifically, and to desire my desire to work independently and helping businesses worldwide with the legal compliances, contracts, and structuring. So apart from being a company secretary, I indulged myself into different kind of diploma courses, specifically in US corporate laws. And from there, I learned many things. And from there only, I start my freelancing journey. You're not audible.
Yeah, sorry about that. Another
No
question that
problem.
I had was what motivated you to specialize in U.S. corporate and tax laws, the paralegal services, as well as international business laws?
Okay, so this traditional practice of being a company secretary or LLB, like that was traditional and regular thing. And at that time only, I came to know about this US corporate laws, and the people in US, they require more skilled workers, and they require their work to be done at a at a minimum price or something, you can say. So that thing I looked that thing as an opportunity. And I always wanted to do something new. I crave for new things. I Every day I want to do new thing. So that's how I landed upon into the international business laws, you can say, or in US corporate laws.
Okay. Ma'am, moving into the freelancing bit, I just want to know whether the UK, the EU, and the US freelancing sector, are they different? Are they any different from each other? Or what is the similarity or what is the difference, etc.?
Okay, so while we elaborate the differences. So in UK, legal freelancers, they may require SRA accreditation for providing legal advices and compliance with money laundering regulations. That is very essential. And remote services like contract drafting and document preparation, that can be offered without any additional licensing. That's about UK. Then in EU, I think the biggest barrier in EU is language, because every country has its different language. And in EU, GDPR imposes strict data privacy obligation for freelancers for handling client data. And I think that is all for EU. And for US, freelancers, they can provide paralegal and contract drafting services without being a licensed attorney. And in some part, for some advices or some direct legal advices, I would say, they require bar admission, because there are many states in United States, and they each represents different laws. They are not like what we can say, unilateral. They are like all are different, so that is where a problem is.
Okay, ma'am. That was an eye-opening, but the primary legal services which freelancers can offer in these regions, can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Oh, yeah. As I said, that contract drafting and review, freelancers can offer that. Then somewhere corporate structuring and compliances. Like in different states of United States, like Delaware, Wyoming, they are the most favorite one. So in that states we can offer corporate structure in compliance. Then also trademark and IP registration, freelancers can offer. And then obviously data privacy, GDPR, CCPA compliance. Then business formations and incorporation services also freelancers can offer. And apart from that, I think employment agreement and HR legal support also offered can be offered by freelancers.
Okay, ma'am. So, like to offer these services, there obviously must be some sort of certification which is needed. So, what are the certifications in each of these states, or is there a common certification that an individual from, let's say, India must have to be able to do all of these outside?
See, I am like normally law degree would be enough. Law degree is essential. That would be enough. Like apart from that, you can be CS, you can be CA or anything, like any professional degree, but that's not mandatory. Law degree is enough. And if you are able to get a paralegal certification, which United States provides, like there are many courses for online certifications from Harvard Online Business Law, and all courses they provide. Then also there are certifications for GDPR compliances, then one can get enrolled into that and get the certifications. And all these things are online and easily available with certain fees or something.
Okay, ma'am. Now moving on to the next bit, whereas I would like to ask you about the compliance bit. What are the key regulations and restrictions which legal freelancers should be aware of while they're offering services in the three regions which we are restricting ourselves to, that is US, UK, and the EU?
So, see, in UK, as I've already mentioned, adherence to the Solicitor Regulation Authority standards, that is very necessary for if you provide any direct legal advice, that is very mandatory for in UK. And in EU, GDPR that mandates secure handling of personal data, and contract should outline data protection measures. Like they have to, access, they have access of clients data, so that is very mandatory. And nowadays GDPR is booming, like everybody is they're asking for GDPR compliances, GDPR, all these things. And in United States, freelancers, as I mentioned earlier, there are many states in United States. So from each state you need to follow the state laws. And the paralegals, they can they can provide services under attorney supervisions. And I would suggest they must avoid the direct legal presentation, because there has to be a bar license for that. So like I mentioned that contract review, legal research, and all these things they can do it, but the direct legal representation they should avoid if they don't have any bar license.
Okay, ma'am. Now, another question which we had was, how do data privacy laws like GDPR in the EU, the CCPA in California, US, impact freelancers in handling while they're handling client information?
Okay, so see, GDPR they requires explicit client consent, then encryption of client data, and robust security protocols. So one must, aware themselves to all the GDPR regulations, what GDPR is and how it works thoroughly, and then you can incorporate into any contract. And for CCPA, which is California for Californian, and freelancers like handling California residents' data must comply with the transparency, then opt-out mechanisms, and then data security regulations. These are very mandatory and very basic things to to handle.
Okay, ma'am. Now, pertaining to corporate law and legal drafting, is there any licensing requirements which you require as a freelancer to operate in these jurisdictions, the UK, the EU, and the USA?
Okay, so in UK, Yes, there, if you are consulting as freelancer, you may need to register with legal authorities for specific legal advices. And in the EU, services like contract drafting, they don't require any license. But GDPR certification, as I've already mentioned, this is very recommended. And in US, I think paralegals can do contract drafting, legal research, and non-advisory services. These are the non-advisory services. Like, so they can do this. And if they are directly providing any advisory in legal service directly, then they must then there must be a bar license with them.
Okay, ma'am. Now, that is all we had with regards to that bit. But like now, I personally also have this question: is that how can legal freelancers find clients in these states, in these countries, in the UK, EU, and the USA markets, and what are the recommended platforms, if any?
Yeah, there are recommended platforms like freelancing platforms like Upwork. As I think we all know Upwork, it's very common. Then Fiverr and People Per Hour. Most people from like UK, they come on Fiverr and People Per Hour, and most of the United States people they prefer Upwork. So I think these are and legal specific platforms like there are also Law Clerk. Then there is one also Priori Legal or something. This is just like that. And LinkedIn. Obviously, we all use LinkedIn. We use LinkedIn to build a strong presence, and uh, and this is the vital thing for networking and showcasing expertise. So all these platforms will work.
Okay. Apart from this, is there any way us if anybody wants to be a legal freelancer, is there any other way minus these platforms that they can, find clients and clientele
Okay.
apart from these
Yeah.
platforms?
Yeah. Apart from this platform, I think LinkedIn is very useful. Like you can write educational blogs on LinkedIn. Then you publish legal insights. Then you can create templates. You can create contract templates for startups. Then in that way, startups can reach out to you. And then also you can what you can do, you can offer free legal consultation for before, like when you interacting someone, you can offer that free consultation, and then you can retain that client by that. And these are the ways I think you must be focused on networking and personal branding, you know all these things.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, another something more on building a brand. Like you said, you should build a brand and build a clientele. So, what strategies have worked for you in building credibility as well as attracting high value clients?
So yeah, what I used to do is I use even today itself, like nowadays itself, I showcase my expertise. Like if I have done any work, I take screenshot of that. I take testimonial from client, and I upload it on my LinkedIn. So in that way, people see my profile. People come to me. Even I get clients from LinkedIn as well, like seeing all those testimonials I mentioned, useful hashtags. In that way my profile get attracted. Like that I think you can do. And also consistency is important, like consistent content sharing, then participating discussions, then connecting with businesses, connecting with clients, connecting with different clients, connecting with different people along the along with your country and also from the other countries, different connecting with the startups, connecting with the founders, and showcasing your skills, like emailing them, then I think cold emailing, we must be aware of that. These things works.
Okay, ma'am. Now, another question is with regards to LinkedIn and how important is that specific social media tool and personal branding for legal professionals who are working remotely now?
Okay, so LinkedIn is a tool which is very important. I just have mentioned that you can you can bring your personal, you can do your personal branding through LinkedIn, and uh, it's very strong presence, and a strong presence is it's vital for networking and showcasing your expertise. So LinkedIn help you to achieve these things. And yeah, as consistently you can share everything on LinkedIn, then you get attracted by the founders, you can say by the startups. In that way you can use LinkedIn.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, now moving on to the contracts bit, something a little brief, which we all, I mean, everybody, whoever will be watching this later, would also like to know, is what are the key contract clauses a freelancer must include when they're working with international clients?
Okay, so international clients, the for scope of work, first thing would be scope of work, like detailed service descriptions, what service they provide, what they do, all these things. Then must be payment terms like upfront deposits, then clear timelines. Then the most important part I feel is dispute resolution, like outlining jurisdiction and arbitration methods, because there are, if you are dealing with any US, particularly US clients, then there is American AAA, American Arbitration Association. So as per that, you need to mention in your contract. Then the governing laws, this is the most important thing, because if you are dealing with the clients who is one, let's example say one in India, and let's say the other one is United States itself. So outlining the which will be the governing law, then also the confidentiality and data protection. These are very important clauses for me. I use this, and I keep my main focus on these clauses when I draft any international contract.
Okay, ma'am. The next question is how should freelancers price their services, whether it must be hourly or whether it's a fixed fee, or they should go for a retainership basis on, like, what would you recommend and what do you think would work for everybody, for most people, whoever
Okay.
want to get into freelancing?
Yeah. Let's say for hourly rates, it's flexible for complex or undefined projects. Uh, Hourly rates are very important for that. And then fixed prices, like ideal. This is ideal for standardized services like contract drafting. You can charge a fixed amount. Let's say, for example, if someone needs an NDA, you can charge, I will charge you can say I will charge $100 for this thing, so you can straight away charge like that. Then also the trademark filing, you can charge a fixed rate for that. And for retainers, like I think this will be the steady income, like every monthly income for you. So you can start like if you want to see, the thing is, if you want to retain the client, first thing you will have to charge very less for the for the very first time, then you can retain that client, and then eventually you can grow, you can grow your pricing systems.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, again, keeping in track with the pricing, what are the best payment methods and invoicing tools for cross-border legal transactions and freelancers also?
Okay, and I think I most probably I use Wise, which is wire transfer. That is the best way to get your to get paid for services you have provided. Then also there are Pioneer for global payments. Then also Stripe for US and EU client transactions. I think these are the best ones as far as I know.
Okay, ma'am. Now we will be talking a little bit about. I want to ask you a little bit about the challenges that you have also faced, as well as we could also face in case we end up becoming freelancers in the future. First question is, what are some common challenges freelancers face in the legal industry, and how can we overcome them, and how did you overcome them?
Okay, so for the first time, like for the first, I think it's trust building. Trust building is very essential with the client, because unless and until client doesn't trust you, you can't do the work. Back of the mind, you will always have questions like, what if it goes wrong, what if that goes wrong, and back of the mind, client will have more of the such questions. So gaining client trust building is very important. And for this, I think you can showcase your previous testimonials, your previous clients, if any, if you had. You can you can ensure you can what once, I had some similar kind of thing. So what I did, I uh, at the first phase, I didn't charge anything from client. I gained the trust from client, and in the second stage of that work, I charged him. So first stage was very free, like it was free of cost from my side. So you can build some strategies like this, and then you can gain the trust of client, and then you can it works. These things works. Then also for cross border compliances, I think well defined regulations that would work. And if there are any payment delays, because payment delays are some of the things which we as a lawyer, we face. So we can before starting one, we can get into agreement with the client that payment has to be done within 30 days of invoice or something. These are the small steps we can do to get everything clear.
Okay, ma'am. So the next question I had was, how do you see AI tools like ChatGPT and Expert AI, etc., impacting legal research in the freelance work area?
Okay, so yeah, I think Chat GPT and all other AI tools, they streamline legal research, then contract review, even sometimes drafting, and they they reduce the manual effort. And I think leveraging AI can handle larger workloads. For larger workloads, you can use AI. And but I would I feel personally that human touch is very essential for anything. And I personally feel that AI is just we can use AI, but not to be completely dependent on AI. At the end, we have to check the things what AI also done, because it's it also make mistakes. AI does make mistakes. If you are completely rely on AI, it doesn't work. But nowadays AI also, we can use AI, but if you have very larger workload. But if you are using just to draft NDA for me or draft any contract for me, that will not work. You have to do it by yourself. You have to check it by yourself.
Yeah, ma'am, I agree completely with whatever you said. But now ChatGPT has become very common, and
Yeah.
there were there are also people who are employing it full time, and they literally have the ChatGPT draft the entire contracts and the entire articles and stuff.
Yes.
I have
And
also seen that.
when ChatGPT draft anything, you like AI draft anything, you can completely see it in that contract. It's not that personal touch, or it's not that even I don't like when we get obviously, definitely I get help. I'm not disagreeing with that, and it is very important to get help. But what my point is, not to completely dependent upon AI.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, but nowadays it has changed. That ambit has changed, and a lot of people. I've also seen
Yeah.
they've used ChatGPT with drafting contracts and stuff. But now
Yeah.
this is the advice bit where I would personally also like advice from you as to someone who's looking to transition from a traditional law firm practice to freelancing and going completely remote. What are the steps that we can
Mhm.
take, and how can we succeed in that area also?
Okay. So first thing, like take a small steps. Don't directly jump into this thing. Start with part-time freelancing alongside your current job in whatever law firm you are working. So take step by step. Start with let's say if you are getting just start like 1 or 2 jobs per week, let's say, if you're getting that. Then build your online presence. That is very important in freelancing. Build your online presence through LinkedIn, through legal forums. Then there are many other platforms. Like today I'm talking to you, this is also a platform to reach out. Participating in different webinars, participating in discussions, writing any articles and posting it on your LinkedIn. So this is how you can work. And also, there is one more thing I want to tell, that decide what you want to do. Decide. There are various fields, like there are corporate laws, there are IP laws, immigration law, family law, and in freelancing, there is work for everything. There is work for everything. So decide your niche first. Decide that and then move on to that direction. Because if you say I want to do this thing, I want to do this thing, I want to do that, you cannot do everything. You need to decide first. You can learn everything, but you cannot do everything at a single time. So take a small step, go step by step. That would I suggest.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Any final tips which you have for aspiring legal freelancers?
Yeah, as I've already mentioned this thing, like I will identify any profitable niche, I would say. Like there is contract law. There is always booming. There is always like any platform you go, anyone will say, I want this contract, I want that contract, and that is booming. Then also I mentioned that GDPR compliances, they are booming nowadays. Then also the immigration laws, then IP laws. This is the area where you can work, and this is the area where people want your help. So you can work on these things. Then also you can develop your relationships, your grow your networking through LinkedIn and other platforms. Grow your networking, talk to people, tell them that I can do this, I can do that. And then also you can invest yourself, as we know that AI is booming. We must learn AI, even though we are not, we don't like it, but we must use AI, because future is AI. And many law firms in United States, they are virtual nowadays. They are virtual, they're completely virtual, and they're working virtually using AI. They use many different AI tools, like cloud, like ChatGPT. They continuously use these things, and they continuously reduce their manual time. So that's how I would suggest to engage yourself as much as into AI. Invest in tools like for document not for document automation, but for research you can use it. For security you can use it. Think
Okay, ma'am.
these are my tips for the aspiring legal freelancers.
Yes, ma'am. So, how can we connect to you or learn more about you and your services so that we can have some idea and know what you are doing and connect with you? Um, I I don't know, like, is there a LinkedIn or some profile which you have, or you have a podcast or something?
Yes, I have my LinkedIn. It's under Priyanka Mandhani name. And you can also email me at mandhanipu8@gmail.com. And recently, I think I have started my agency. You can connect on my agency page as well on LinkedIn. So I think I will answer to your any query. If you message me, hi, I want information or I want to learn something, I can help you. I'm there for everyone if they need any guidance or something.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. It was really fun. Honestly, I didn't know legal freelancing actually existed until today. I was still in that bubble that okay, like you just have to go sit in the office or sit at work or go to court. But yeah, this is really helpful. And I will personally be reaching out. I don't know about anybody else, but I will definitely be reaching out, and I'm hoping to connect with you a little more in the future. Thank you so much, ma'am, for taking out time from your busy schedule and sitting with us and answering our questions. It was really fun. I learned a lot. I understood a lot, and I hope everybody else who will be listening feel the same too. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much personally, for providing me this opportunity for connecting with people. Thank you so much. And I think this is one of the method, as I mentioned earlier, to reach out. So yes, thank you so much, and thank you so much, Shreyansu sir, if you are listening. Thank you so much for Legal Specs, the whole team. Thank you so much for having me. It was wonderful to connect with you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. See you.
See you.